Welcome back to Dark Cloud. Last time, we defeated the Forest Keeper, Master Uton, went to Brown Boo Village, and realized that we need to go to the moon to get the help from the moon people living up there, because the ones in Brown Boo Village don't have enough magic in order to help seal the Dark Genie. However, we ran into a roadblock as they don't have the orb to be able to control the moon ship. So we came to Queens in order to look for it, and are now exploring the Shipwreck to find the underground treasury. Did a lot last episode, which is good. Good to get a lot of progress done in such a short time. Cursed Rose! These are pretty much a similar enemy to the cannibal plants back in Wise Owl Forest. However, instead of causing gooiness with their... causing gooiness with their gas, they will cause curse. If you couldn't tell by the fact that Cursed Roses. Again, just like the ones in Wise Owl Forest, just keep your distance with Zhao, and you should have no trouble. As much as I love that Zhao's doing some actual damage, I would wish she would do some more, because this is still taking a while to kill things. But, oh well, beggars can't be choosers. At least we're not using the wooden one. Well, I lagged for a second there. I was worried. Thought the game was gonna crash. I'm like, please no, not again. So, I wanted to go back and touch on something, mostly about the moon people. I want you to look at your design. Here's one of the standard moon people. I'm not doing any of the main ones that we met. But here's one of the random moon people that we met. Am I the only one that thinks they look like Jawas from Star Wars? Like, even if you've never seen this game before, you're looking at them side by side. I looked this up, and I couldn't find anything saying one relates to the other, but I feel like these were kind of an inspiration for the design of the moon people. I don't know, I just always kind of thought they looked like Jawas, even as a kid, and I always thought it was so funny. Alright, so here we have another Corsia. Come on. There we go. And completely missed the chest over here. Oh, it's another big chest. Wow, we're finding a lot of these. Explosion. Wow. The one time I don't get poisoned, I actually get it right. Ooh, the trial hammer. Let me look at that. No, not items. Let's see. What does that do? Alright. Blood and sweat hammer with warrior soul. So... Unfortunately, you can't highlight these things in order to figure out what they do. I'll put on screen what they do, but it has Pour and ABS up. So, there's some good abilities on it, but obviously it doesn't do as much damage as our Battle Axe, so we're not going to use it. Another gunny right here. And I can see the smoke cloud coming from the rose right there. Okay, luckily it stopped. I'm like, are we going to get trapped fighting this thing that we're going to get hit by the dust cloud? There we go. Gonna run up this time. There we go. I also never really went over elemental weaknesses. I tend to not really use them because I'm already doing enough damage as it is, and switching between elements all the time is kind of annoying. But as you could tell, since we're building up elements, some enemies are going to have elemental weaknesses. That doesn't mean completely ignore it, however. You do still want to build up your elemental stats, though as of right now, it doesn't serve much purpose. It will have one purpose very soon, but not anything extremely pressing. But even if you're not going to focus it on it really right now, you definitely want to build up your attributes for something throughout the game. So don't completely ignore your attributes. And I mean, if you want to focus on doing elemental weaknesses and that's how you like to play these type of games, by all means, go for it. I just tend to not be one of those people. If I'm doing enough base damage as it is, I don't want to be switching between my attributes all the time. But obviously, yeah, I mean, things like plant enemies obviously will have a fire weakness. Undead enemies will have a holy weakness. Things like that. So get some good things to look out for, and it's definitely good to try different attributes with different enemies to see if any have different damages. This is also to say that there are elemental resistances. So if you use an element that is not very good against them, yeah, if you use an element that isn't very good against them, your attacks will have, like, little to no effect. This also comes into play with some of the different gems that we've been collecting. As you can tell, we have, hold on, once I beat this rose, I'll actually physically pull up my menu so you can look at it. Where are they? So right here we have a holy gem, or sacred gem, but it was called a holy gem when we picked it up. Here we have a thunder gem, I believe, and at some point we did have a fire gem. So yes, those are throwables that have elemental damages, so definitely keep an eye out for those. Still can't talk, Jesus Christ. It's like whenever the camera's rolling, for some reason I'm nervous and just can't talk normally. Which is stupid. It's not like I'm broadcasting this live to 1 million people. Anyways, just about done with this floor. We have another chest right here. Okay, it was being blocked by the pillar. I couldn't see the chest at all. I'm like, I see it on the map. Where is it? Here we have another gunny. There we go. There we go. And last atmosphere. Alright. And actually, I'm gonna equip one of the... Yeah, I'm gonna do an antidote amulet and an anti-curse amulet. Just because... Actually, no. I'm not going to do the antidote one. I'm going to do the anti-goo, since we're dealing with gunnies. There we go. I haven't been using my elements, or my amulets as much. Definitely use them. They're very helpful items. And they actually last a pretty long time. Hit the wrong button. There's our hook. There we go. Perfect. Alright, layer 3. Good, I need to heal here. One thing I do want to mention real quick. As you saw between Wise Owl Forest and Divine Beast Cave, Wise Owl Forest had a couple of extra floors, only going up to 17, while Divine Beast Cave was 15. This one isn't that much of a jump. This one has 18, but there will be some dungeons that will have a lot more floors. So just mentally prepare for that. Did not mean to get hit there. But yeah, prepare for that, because there will be times where the dungeons will be a lot longer than you think they are. Which, it can get annoying and repetitive, but again, if you're not a big fan of this type of game, I totally get it, because it can definitely be repetitive, and I can see how you're not really a huge fan of that. But I think it makes up for it with the fact that every floor is randomized, so it's everything different whenever you go in. No, just weighing the pros and cons of the game. Cursed rose here. Oh, didn't wait long enough, unfortunately. There we go. There we go. heal again. Yeah, the enemies in this dungeon, it's a bit of a difficulty spike, because the enemies in this dungeon hit hard. So definitely be a lot more careful going through this dungeon. And of course, in all future dungeons, they're going to be even harder. So this is where the game is going to start to get a bit challenging, just to let you know. There we go. Now we can do my thirst. Give it to the sword, that's what needs it. We have 3 Atlas Spheres back to back here, jeez. Oh, ABS is full again. So let's see if any of those other stats are looking good now. Yeah, we just need Sky Hunter, Thunder, and Holy. Getting close to being able to level this one up. Unfortunately, we still don't have any Thunder or Holy. And we're all out of Sky Hunter. Okay, this one does ice, but what does it do on this side? Neither of the stats that I need. Alright. Well, we'll just give it an attack up. And, we'll do 2 endurance. Do a +3 attack, +2 endurance. There we go. There will be an easier way to get some of those attachments coming up pretty soon. And I'll go over that when we get there. Status of the weapon changed. Hold on. So what that means is basically anything about our weapon just changed, whether it was some of the stats. Basically, one of the stats just changed, but it's not telling us which one. Hopefully it didn't undo any of the progress here. Oh, great. Now we need Plant Buster again. That's what it lowered. Alright, do we have any Plant Buster? We do. Alright, so let's do... Instead of the Endurance, we'll do the Plant Buster. Yeah, so that one kind of sucks, because it can change anything about your weapon, but doesn't tell you exactly what. You have to figure out what it is. And unfortunately, if it's one of the stats you're trying to build up that it lowers, it's not really all that great. That can also, I believe that same effect can pop up positively, too. Like, it can raise one of our random stats. There we go. Got like half the floor left. Not backing up, come on. There we go. Magic crystal, go. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. I do also want to say, I really love the detail in this area. I love how they put not only shelves as the walls instead of just plain walls. They actually put stuff on the shelves that you would find in a ship. They have like cannonballs, they have different crates, they have different jars, they have barrels. I mean, they really went all out with the design of this dungeon. Curse rooms here. Great. There's our hook. Very nice. Right down here. Now, before we head on to the next floor, I would like to quickly see what parts we've collected so far for Queens. So here we have Jack's store. Unfortunately, it's not the one we want. How about we focus on Joker's store for right now? Do we have everything for Joker's store? We sure do. If you're gonna focus on any of these first, do Joker's. So Sam, I believe. Oh, there's Deputy. Boy aspiring to be sheriff. Okay, so Sam goes here. Alright. Also, we have a fountain. Only nothing for the fountain yet. King's hideout. We have nothing for that yet. So Joker's store. I'm actually gonna go leave the dungeon for a bit and go place his store down. See you guys back in Queens. So, back here in Queens. Obviously, if you couldn't tell, this little alley along the middle, you're not going to be able to place anything in there, so don't even try. However, Joker's store, we're going to go ahead and place down immediately. And I'll show you why I did this in just a minute. Obviously, you always want to check for little hidden trinkets. You never know. We approach the door. Store's closed today. Go home, will ya? He unfortunately doesn't let us in yet. If we try again... same thing happens. Unfortunately, I completely forgot that this happens, and now I look like a dumbass. Alright! Well, in that case... here we go. We have Joker's house. We have more stuff that we could place down for now, but we really don't have any people for it. We really only have one other person so far. We have everything for Joker's house, but unfortunately we can't do anything yet. So, we'll just go right back into Shipwreck. Alright, starting off with floor 4 here. Oh, our weapon's already almost down. Alright, let me fix that. Definitely don't want to lose the Wise Owl Sword after all the work we've been putting into it. Alright. Go head up this way first. We got ourselves a Gunny and a Corsia once again. Definitely, obviously, the two most common enemies in this dungeon. You're gonna find a lot of these things. I'd like to see new enemies, because there are definitely some interesting enemies in here. Forget when more enemies appear, though. Probably not for a little bit. Flapping Fish! That is our back floor key for this dungeon. So once I find the back floor, I'll show you what it does. Alright, we need a key for that one, so we'll come back. Go over this way. The footsteps sounded different for a second, so I was hoping it was something new. There's our hook already. Hell yeah. Stop blocking my sword. There we go. Oh, I thought that Gunny was dead, damn it. There we go. Never mind, it's not dead. There we go. Now they're dead. Now I can get this chest. And ship cabin key. That's our key for this dungeon. Again, we got another Gunny here. Now, if you notice, these things are a lot more defensive. I didn't mention it before, but watch our durability. It takes off 3 durability just on one normal hit. So these things are not something to mess around with. So if you're fighting these a lot, make sure you keep a very close eye on your durability and don't let it get too low. That's going to go for a lot in this dungeon, so make sure you keep an eye on how much durability everything's taking. Once again, the worst thing you want is to get yourself combo locked and accidentally breaking your weapon. Which is why I tend not to combo very much, if you've noticed. I like to just hit something once and then back away. Because if you find yourself in a combo lock, you can either accidentally break your weapon or have yourself take unwanted damage. Both of which you don't want. Obviously, you don't want to take unwanted damage, that's what that means. Wow, I can't English today. Alright, got another Cursed Rose. Got a lot of stuff up in that locked room, and also in that room to the right. What is that, like 4 chests in that room, and then we have 3 up top? They love just cramming everything together in the rooms instead of putting it in the hallways. Oh, never mind. We have mimics. Like I said, you'll find these everywhere, and this one's no exception. Oh, sweet, a free transfer there. Okay. Go. There's our map, and we can see that our back floor is in fact up there, so we'll be able to head there after this. Okay. Never mind, we got a mimic. There we go. Alright, now let's go ahead and head to the back floor. Get our ship cabin key. Got a gunny right out the door here. Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to always think those things were called gummies. Because I didn't read it right, and also because they make you slower if you get hit by their abilities. So, it made sense to me, but obviously I was just terrible at reading. Just remembered that while I was fighting that one. And here we had a treasure key, so next time we find a big chest, that'll be very helpful. Nope, that dropped something. Gotta go back for it. There we go. And we get... what is that again? Oh, it's a fish bait. Alright. Okay, apologies for the cut there. So, when you come over here, your back floor key is going to be this flapping fish. And sure enough, a whale's gonna come out of nowhere. Actually, I think that's an anglerfish. Very cute looking anglerfish, because real ones don't look that cute. A young general appeared. So you can trust him or ignore him. If you trust him, he eats you. And then he spits you out on the back floor. So, pretty interesting design. Like I said, the back floor key for this dungeon is going to be one that you'll see a lot, and will be easily accessible in... It'll be easily accessible later. Jeez. We're gonna go this way because that's just enemies up there. Here we got... I feel like some of these are gonna be mimics. That's just me. We got a fire gem. Bag is full, of course. Let's go ahead. What are my other characters doing on stuff? They're doing great on stuff. Well, let's just give Goro this. Here we go. We got soap. Bag is... God damn it. We'll give Tone the other water. There we go. We have one more chest down here. Oh, okay, that's a new enemy. Hold on. Okay, oh, a couple new enemies. So this is called a Sam. Basically just an ice enemy. So, if you can, use fire attacks against it. Highly recommend the fire gems. Let's see, what can we get rid of so we can use this chest? Let's just get rid of this fish bait. Actually, no. Let's get rid of... Let's get rid of this... No, because that's going to sell for a lot. God, I need to sell or store some of my stuff. Let's get rid of one of these revival powders, because I haven't been dying that much. I say that now, and then I'm going to die like 50 times. And then this. Probably my least favorite enemy in the game. This is called a Mask of Prajna. Could be pronouncing that wrong. But very easily blocks your attacks, and also does a lot of damage if you let it hit you. One of the most annoying enemies you'll run into. Best to just run past them. Unless, of course, they have the key, in which case you have to fight them no matter what. But that's everything we can do back here, so let's head back to the main floor. In fact, there might be a couple more new enemies in some of those other rooms, but I'd rather not find out. Oh, right. Just interact with them. I don't have to use an item. Once again, you can see chests on the map, but don't fall for that. They're all going to be mimics. Because we already cleared out all the chests on this floor. Since we already have our hook, I'm just going to go ahead and run past everything. And right to the exit. Alright. I think that's a good place to stop for now. So, next time on Dark Cloud, we're going to continue through the shipwreck and hopefully start repairing Queens. And maybe open up some pretty good shops, because we heard this was a marketing district. So I'll see you guys then. Wait a second. And where that landed, who knows? But it was loud enough to make the entire ground shake. Listen.